Hey everybody, it's Elizabeth here, and I thought today I would work in my book this morning. The kids are off at school, and so I thought I'd have a little bit of time and thought I'd bring you along. So, um, basically, I guess this is kind of like a vlog, only you don't see me, you just see my hands working. And I am a bit behind, surprise, surprise, right? But we were gone this past weekend, and then, when we got home on Sunday, it's just been busy, busy, busy the whole time. So I'm working on a few pages at a time here. And a lot of times those are my dogs you hear. They are playing in the background. So sorry. Y'all need to stop. Go lay down and be good. Okay? No, not on me. So Friday, I'll just give you a little background on these pages here. On Friday, my husband and I decided that we were going to surprise his parents for their 50th wedding anniversary. There was a party going on up where they live. They live in Georgia sometimes. Anyway, that's a whole different story. But anyhow, so my in-laws have been down here working. They're still here working. And they stay with us. They're here for a few months at a time while they work out at the same place my husband works. And so they were here. And so last Thursday, they took the kids and drove up to Georgia so that they could be at their party that our niece planned and got all together on Saturday. And so, as you know, I have health issues. My husband has health issues, blah, blah, blah. And so when he originally, asked me, he said, honey, what should we do about this? You know what? I really should be working while I'm talking. Should we go and, whatever and stuff like that. And so I had told him, you know what? I said what we want to do and what we should do are two totally different things. So, I said, I think we should go. And so that is what we did. And they had no idea. It was a total surprise. So we had booked our flights and all that kind of stuff and rented our car and gotten our hotel and all that kind of stuff. And, so Friday, let me scooch over here a little bit. So Friday we flew up there, toward the late afternoon. We got up there, we walked in, we drove over to their house, walked into the kitchen. And of course, my mother-in-law saw us first, and the tears started flowing, and it was great. It was so great, and we totally surprised them because they did not think at all that we were going to make it. We didn't know that we were going to make it. Let me tell you what, because on Friday, when my husband got home, he looked like something the cat drug in. So, I was like, babe, we do not need to go. We can just stay here. No problem. I'm sure your parents will understand. And, he said, no, we'll go ahead and go. We've already booked the flights and everything like that. And besides, hello, 50 years. What a testimony to be married for 50 years. And there's such a wonderful example of what a marriage is and can be and should be. And so, yeah, it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and we didn't want to miss it. So, let me just share with you, too, what I've done here. I'm using this little thing here, and I know it's on the side, but I guess I could do it this way. Yeah. Excuse me. Frog. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to name him. So, up here, I do my headers, and here, usually, or this month, I'm putting positive quotes, but I decided for these 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I just put stuff about the 50th celebration. And so my husband and we were on planes, trains, and automobiles. Good grief. Who knew that a flight that takes, like an hour and 45 minutes could possibly turn into like a 6 to 8 hour trip? I mean, it was just unbelievable. So, and then I've been working, like I said, on several pages at a time because I'm just so behind because over the weekend we were just having so much fun. Yeah, I did not have time at all to take my stuff out and work on it. So, the planes, trains, and automobiles I wrote out in the Posca marker, and then I just outlined it in Flair pen. And I really, I don't plan out my pages ahead of time. I kind of, the only real planning I do is when I do my clip art. I think about what I want to write. I search for clip art. I copy, I print those things out. And then I just kind of like slap the page together. Any which way it goes, and how it turns out is how it turns out. So in the rest of my book, you'll see that, I mean, every page is different. Some pages are like pretty soft colors, whatever. Other pages are just colorful hot messes. It all depends. So, yeah, so that's what I did for this page. And I usually write everything out in pencil because my hands shake. And so then I go over it, in Micron or Sharpie or something like that. And what I did with this, or what I normally do as well, is I put everything on here first. Like I do all my lettering, I put all my clip art on, I write my journaling out, I put my pictures in, whatever I want to put in. And then once I'm done tracing over everything and all that kind of stuff, then I go in with my, my colored pencils, and I color in, I pick a color for the background and I color the whole thing in. So this is a picture down here of my mother-in-law and father-in-law. The one on the left is a picture of them at their wedding on their wedding day. And then the next picture is them now. So that's what I did for that page. This turquoise down here, this right here, it is Dysautonomia Awareness Month. And that is the umbrella term for the chronic illness that I have. And so I was going to try to do a challenge, like I think I have it here somewhere. Here it is. It's like a photo a day challenge thing. And okay, I don't really take selfies. I don't even know if I could take one if I tried. And I don't have one of those fancy iPhone things or whatever you call it, like smartphone. I don't have one of those. So I don't know. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do that or not, but what I did do is I, printed and cut out a bunch of these little, banner thing, the ribbons for the dysautonomia. It's, usually the ribbons for that are, turquoise or blue. And so I did that. So I think I'm just going to kind of put those on the pages just to remind me that October is Dysautonomia Awareness Month. It is also Breast Cancer Month. And, so go out and get your mammograms. Don't forget that. That is important. So then this page here, I'm not going to do a flip. I just want to show you how I kind of set it up. So this page here is just family photos of the party and stuff like that. And then I put 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8, which is love is patient, love is kind verse. And then I did a little, tip in for that. This page was Sunday, and I did not do anything here yet because I still have photos that I want to print out. I know exactly what we did, so that might just have to stay blank for a little while. And then yesterday I worked on this page. I just didn't feel like writing and doing stuff, and I just felt like, just doing something colorful and fallish because, I live in South Florida. We don't have fall. Our leaves do not change colors, any of that stuff. We do not generally get crisp, cool air. I mean, sometimes we do, but not usually. And so I just painted this up and put a little quote in. And then this day here, Tuesday, oh my heavens, it's already Thursday. I'm I am way behind. So on this day, I had already done my clip art. So on Tuesday, it was a very busy day. It was a very busy day, so I was doing laundry all day. We had to get my son's car towed. Ugh, that is so annoying. and because it wasn't starting. And I also got Happy Mail, so that was fun. And so yeah, so I have that clip art. And then Wednesday we do Lynn's Whimsical Wednesday. So excuse me. And so I think her Whimsical Wednesday was something about like your favorite childhood like fall memory. So that was fun to think on because, you know, when I was younger, we did celebrate Halloween, even though my own children have never celebrated Halloween. We just chose not to celebrate it, and also in the area that we live in, see, I'm still having a hard time, like, you know, talking and doing. In the area that we live in, it's a very small agricultural area. Houses are spread out. We don't have, like, you know, quote unquote neighborhoods, like, unless you drive to them. So yeah, everywhere that we've ever lived, which is really, you know, 2 places, maybe 3, I don't know. Since we've had kids, we've only lived in 2 places, and they're 5 minutes apart from each other, so yeah, so we never did, you know, we just, my kids never went trick-or-treating. You know, they dressed up all the time, trust me. I mean, I still have a full box in my attic of dress-up clothes. So yeah, but they never had the experience. I know they're deprived. They never had the experience of, like, you know, making jack-o'-lanterns. I think last year, my daughter, for the very first time, made a jack-o'-lantern, and she was 18. I know it sounds sad, but that's just the way it is where we live. I mean, we just, you know, oh, my hands are just not cooperating. Yeah, so when I was a kid, you know, we lived in a very close-knit neighborhood. I mean, everybody knew everybody. We had a park across the street. Our school was right down the street, our, you know, elementary school. And, you know, those are kids that I grew up with, you know, and I've said before, I lived in the same house, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of the other kids did too. So, you know, it's funny now because I'm actually still friends with a lot of those people from the old hood. So it's funny. But yeah, we, like, when I was little, we would have these, like, costume contests at the park across the street. And I remember one year my mom dressed my brother up. I don't know how old he was. He was, I don't even know, like, I don't know, 10 or 12, something like that. My oldest brother, she dressed him up as the Jolly Green Giant. Oh my heavens, that boy. He was wearing green tights, and then he was wearing like a tunic that my mom had made him. And then on top of the tunic, she literally cut out of like crepe paper, what are they called? Like leaves, you know? If you've ever seen the Jolly Green Giant. Anyway, he's like a vegetable dude. I don't know. So yeah, that thrilling costume. Let's dress you up as the vegetable dude. But anyway, it was super cute. I usually went as a gypsy. So, you know, my mom would put my makeup on, and I had a really long flowy skirt and a little peasant top and a lot of necklaces and earrings and all that kind of stuff. And a kerchief. I wore a kerchief on my head. And, yeah, so I went as that. I can't remember what my other brother went as. Oh, what did he go? I don't even know. They used to go, and isn't this terrible? He used to go as a hobo, I think. So, yeah, kids used to dress up like homeless people, apparently. I don't know. Very odd now that I think about it now. And then my sister, my youngest sister, she's 4 years younger than I am, and I can't remember what she dressed up as either. I know around the time when she was at that age to go out, they had those, like, you know, costumes in the store where you had that plastic head face thing, you know, and you'd sweat bullets if you wore that. When I was really young, and it was just, the three of us kids, or my sister was a little too young to go out with us. But my mom always made our costumes, But then as we got older, maybe she got tired or something of making them, so I always went as a gypsy. And yeah, so that was that. But that was a fun memory, and that's why I love doing this book and doing the prompts. If I decide to do them, sometimes I do. At this point, I don't even know. Oh my gosh, these dang hands. I don't even know what's on the list. I don't even know where the list is, quite frankly. It's in here somewhere. I have such a mess here, it's not even funny. Oh, there's the frog. And so yeah, that's why I love doing these types of books. And they're obviously, I mean, it's an illustrated journal, so you journal about your life and what's going on and stuff like that. But then I do like at times the different prompts, because, and I've said this before. Oh, that looks like a nice N. Oh, I've said this before that I like them because they take me back in time. And hang on one second. I'm sorry. I know it's going to be an awkward silence, but I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I just had to go get my medicine, because I forgot to take it this morning, and it could be why my hands are shaky. Okay, excuse me. All right. So, yeah, that's why I love it, because there are days that I do like this, that I write about what's going on in our lives and what we did, what we didn't do, the whole shebang. So I love putting pictures in. And I don't know how many of y'all go back through your books. But I do. They're up on my shelf right now. But yeah, sometimes, if especially like if it's a day that I'm not really feeling well or something and I'm in bed, and if I'm not working on something else, I just, I take a book down and I leaf through it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember doing that, and oh, that was a fun day, and or whatever. So yeah, so I really enjoy going back through them. I enjoy decorating them. I enjoy going back through them and looking. I enjoy, the prompts at times. If it's something that's, that sparks a memory of mine, or, something like that, then I do like to use them. And I just love it, I love going down memory lane. I mean, it's not every day you think about, I really wish that my exterminator could get rid of the ants in my house. Really? Like, oh my gosh. Okay, anyway. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I love, just reminiscing, even if it's just with myself, but I mean, when else would I have thought of my brother, dressing up as the vegetable dude for Halloween, I mean, I never would have thought of that, probably, until Lynn's prompt came along. Another thing I loved to do when we were a kid, of course, that has nothing to do, us dressing up has nothing to do with the prompt, I don't think, because I think it was like, what's your fall treat? So yeah, there went like however many minutes I've been talking about the Jolly Green Giant dude and dressing up. But anyway, I think the prompt was like a fall treat, that you enjoyed. And one of the things that we used to do as well, and this was a treat, so I'm kind of on target or on topic. One of the treats was when we would do our jack-o'-lanterns. Hold on one second.